Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the VG Purist. I'll be coming at you with some Season 4 action from the Cabal Vision Champions Cup playoffs, and we're going to see a match here. It's going to be a good one. Rando W, Necromantic team, taking on the Skaven team of Mulldripster's Rats. And so, without further ado, let's go in and get into the replay. Now, earlier I did restart my client because for some reason it's showing different things for different stuff for the inducements, so it really makes a difference on what they have for the match. So with that, we're going to go ahead and redo this one real quick. So I'm going to start as if it's a new. Here comes Coach Ducke, and he is going to be playing the Necromantic team, Rando W, the back-to-back Season 1 and 2 champion, getting knocked out in the last season's playoffs, but he's going to be facing off against Coach Mulldripster, the Skaven team Rats. And so, this is a huge round 1 matchup, pretty much the matchup of the week, I'd say. And honestly, the Skaven team is looking like they're going to be the ones going to be favored for today's match. And looks like the Rats are going to choose to receive the rock. And we are going to go ahead and get the skills up and pause it real quick as we can go over each one of them one by one. So without further ado, let's go ahead and do that. Necromantic team does have the werewolves for today's match. One of them with the +1 in strength, as well as the dodge and sidestep, the frenzy. And well, actually that comes inherent with them, but he does have the block with them, as well as having another werewolf. He's got the mighty blow, and that could actually cause some problems here with the tackle ability for the Skaven team. He got a white here also with that mighty blow with the guard ability, as well as having yet another white with guard, and also flesh golems here in the front line with more mighty blow, and also with guard here for the flesh golems, as well as that block ability and dirty player that could come in real handy against the Skaven team. Skaven team, though, they are not as weak as before, though. I'll tell you that much, because the Skaven team, he's got lots of weapons. He's got the piling on mighty blow with the Juggernaut frenzied storm vermin, as well as having another storm vermin, and he's got claw. Don't forget they got access to mutations here with doubles. So he's got the mighty blow piling on with that claw ability, and so we'll make a real good use of that in today's match against this Necromantic team. And really the big story, though, are these gutter runners for Mulldripster. He's got a +1 movement allowance with the sprint and sure feet, with the wrestle, with the 2 heads. So you talk about one-turn touchdowns. This is the guy that is definitely going to do it. He doesn't even need a push. He walks in there by himself. Just place him on the front line, and that's it. It's 13 spaces to the touchdown, and that's it. And that's exactly how far he goes. So better watch out. If he's going to be behind, then this is the catch-up mechanism right there. But I do believe that Ducke is more than likely going to be aiming for that gutter runner and taking him down whenever he possibly can. But for right now, the Skavens are going to be opting to receive, so we'll see if he sticks him on offense. I don't think so, but we'll see. Another Skaven there with strip ball and wrestle with a tackle and dauntless ability as well. So he jumps to that cage, and he could definitely retch that ball out. Might actually think about taking some leap afterwards or something like that, because that'll help out instead of trying to dodge in there all crazy into a cage. But definitely a cage buster right there, and so that's really nice. Also going to have another hitter here, as well as a sure hands +1 in strength, blodge, sidestep and gutter runner, and then kick line rat back here with another one with dirty player. This one here with wrestle. Whole bunch of guys here on the bench, and zombies are also going to be there. +1 agility, ghoul here with that fend, sidestep, and sure hand. So that's basically the main ball carrier for this Necromantic team for the time being. And now we are going to be underway. So with my preliminary match video, I did say that I like the Skaven team for winning the match, but this is going to be a very tough match. Honestly, I feel like I watched Ducke play. I mean, I've watched Ducke play a lot lately, and the technique is quite possibly one of the sharpest I've ever seen. I mean, it's just It just seems like the best move every single time, and it feels like the only way to take down Ducke is just to have Nuffle on your side, honestly. It really does. Or have a Skaven team as powerful as the one you see here. So this is going to be a really good matchup between these guys. Oh man. And as you see there, both of these guys with the wizard in hand, but I don't know, earlier it did kind of bug out, and I have to kind of watch this carefully because it really does change how this match plays out, is if the Necromantic team really does have the wizard or not. Both of these teams do. Doing coaching on that. Nice deep kick, and we are underway. So now the Rats, he does have the wizard in hand, and I did speak to Mulldripster earlier today and asked, and Ducke point blank asked him, hey, you gonna take the wizard? Yep, he's gonna take it. So there you go. Point blank. Told him right away. Calling on Mighty Blow, and wants to get some arm value breaks on these flesh golems, and he will get at least a stun. That's going to be good for him. One less 4-strength guy in the front line to do some punchings. Here comes some more hits by Storm Vermin, and he's going to get him down. It's going to be a big hit, and he's going to use his piling on as well. He's got the claw as well, so maybe get him out early. No, he's not going to be able to get there. Boy, that's the one with the dangerous claw as well, right? No, actually, this was the one with the dangerous claw. So this one here, when he got the stun, that was the one with the claw. But this one was just the Mighty Blow piling on without the claw. So that's going to be a big one to worry about here for the Necromantic team. These Storm Vermins are so strong. I'll tell you what. I mean, you talk about weapons here. Storm Vermins, those are going to be the two guys that the Necromantic team also has to worry about, as well as the Gutter Runners. No Rat Ogres to speak of, but honestly, he doesn't even need it. With this, with the way that the Gutter Runners are just absolutely, just has so much power and teeth and offense to them. How are you going to stop him? I don't know, but here comes the Necromantic team to give their hand in trying. He's got the wizard here. I'm still watching these guys because maybe later on the icon changes. I don't know. Maybe he does use it and I just don't notice. Well, here comes the Necromantic team. He's going to go and base the Skaven team as per the usual. You definitely want to base those guys because you want to force them to make as many dodge aways as possible or get the hits in as much as possible on the weaker armor value 7. Rat number 14 though, speaking of weak armor value 7, it is going to be a death injury. No apothecary is going to be used on him, and the zombie is going to be raised from that. And oh, there goes the bugs here. It's absolutely bugging out, but death injury, and that's actually going to be a dirty player and wrestle piece line rat for the Skaven team. So not a slouch, but definitely going to be one that the Skaven team kind of needed for today's match, especially with the wrestle ability and also the dirty player. So both of those skills would really kind of come in handy for today's match. Res format, please. Don't worry, LE is coming with that res format. Here comes the wrestle ability. It's going to be saving this rat. And now we are definitely going to see the Skaven team pick up that rock. He's going to move up and get into the front line. And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, both of these guys still with the wizard in hand. And now you guys see it's just blanked out there. Thanks, bugs. But that does mean that he does not have a bribe. So no bribe for him. And he's going to be susceptible to maybe getting fireballed right here. But we'll see if Ducke really wants to feel like fireballing at this point in the match. And I think it's still okay. Here comes a dirty player foul here. He's still got another line rat with a dirty player. And so here comes the hit on that werewolf. And it's going to be a good one. Nice big stun there. Definitely needed that arm value break. Otherwise, it would have been a werewolf standing right next to the damn gutter runner, right? So luckily, he did get that stun here. And no blitz are going to be done here by this werewolf. Although, I don't know if the blitz would have come, but still. At least that's one guy that's not touching your ball carrier. That is correct. Because another injury, werewolves are doing some real good work here. And another injury, and apothecary will be used. And it's going to be the storm vermin as well. So That's right there, my friends. Apothecary used, and now the Skaven team, he's going to be more susceptible to getting hurt. That will mean that the Storm Vermin is going to be coming back, but that is going to be yet another less rat on the pitch. He's down 2 rats for the rest of this possession, and now the defense for the Necromantic team is a lot more tenable against this really fast and quick Skaven team. And as you see there, the Skaven team actually went and put the high movement allowance rat back to the left side. And here we go, and he's going to go and blitz with the ball carrier. He is not afraid, my friends. Going to go and produce the KO as well, and that's going to be great. And he's going to be able to free up the gutter runner. He's going to move along to the right side, and now with him being down a couple of Skaven personnel, he's going to try to put up a screen here and quite possibly just go for the score right here and now. With the wizard still in hand, Ducke could still actually go and boom, fireball, wizard, lightning, death. It could actually happen, guys. It's definitely not out of the possibility here. But here comes the screen here. He's going to have a screen to protect from over the top. And more fouls. No bribes for either side, so he's risking it there. But if he can get a big injury, then that'll be worth it. But no foul is being called, so that's absolutely worth it. So here comes the stun on him and another stun on value break. And that is going to be on the very dangerous Storm Vermin. The last one on the pitch, as it were. And he's going to go down. And I do believe at this point, the Necromantic team might just go and maybe blitz through here and just try to stop the ball carrier from scoring. I don't think the wizard's going to be planning to use. Well, I mean, he's already kind of going at this point, and no real point using it at the end of your turn or anything like that. But definitely the Necromantic team still has a lot of options here. Does he really want to stop this or not? I mean, he's got choices here at least. That number 8 is going to be stunned, luckily. And here comes the blitz, and it will be on the gutter runner. He's going to re-roll that to try to get him down, but unfortunately just going to get a push for all the dice rolls. That'll do him, but at least he goes and touches the ball carrier. And he really wanted to get him down. And not going to do it there, and he's going to just touch that ball carrier. He does have tackle, but after a blitz on the white, he should be a-okay. Actually, doesn't even need the blitz. Just going to be a normal block on him. Going to move the line rat up further, take away the white, and we should see the 2-die block push. That's going to be good enough here. Don't need the tackle on the ball carrier. And he's going to move up. Ooh, here comes the blitz here. And he's going to go and blitz down the ghoul, in fact. So this gutter runner, even though he is the main ball carrier, he's got the +1 in strength and tackle ability. So he's not afraid to go and blitz with him. And he will be able to get the stun. And he's going to do the go for it roll. He's going to fail it. And it looks like he is signaling that he's going to go for the touchdown right there. And will Mulldripster do it? He failed to go for a roll. Will he do it again? And no, the answer is no. And luckily he didn't, because a 1 was lurking on the die. Because, oh boy. And that's really lucky that he didn't, because he would have totally failed that go for a roll and the ball would have been out. But their Necromantic team can actually still right the ship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. White is in range to get there. And instead, he's not going to go blitz with the white. He's just going to go blitz down the other gutter runner right there. And Ducke also signaling himself that, hey, I don't care if you make this touchdown. Go ahead. I'm going to go hit your main key pieces. So, not going to be spending the time to go and do that. And, I mean, he went there with the white to pressure this touchdown. And he's definitely going to do it now. So, the Skaven team almost has to make the touchdown. It might actually work out for Necromantic team is saying, okay, go ahead and score it. That will mean my turn. And with, what, 4 turns to score it? I can do it, baby. Flesh Golems now going to go square away the front line here. Or what's left of it. They're just absolutely getting demolished everywhere you look. Here comes the dirty player. Foul coming up on a very dangerous Storm Vermin. Definitely wants to get him out. And we'll be able to get him out. Foul is going to be called. Just going to be a stun, though. So that wasn't worth it, but with a extra zombie that came in to replace the, well, not replace, but the Necromancer did raise the dead and did get him an extra zombie, so not a big loss, and the Gutter Runner is going to stay in bounds. Yeah, he's not going to do the touchdown. So the Necromantic team did not pressure him enough, but will it? But will it be? Will it be enough though? I'm not sure about this. Skaven team does need to go and square up the ball carrier. Needs to get some protection here. One die block push, and Line Rat, luckily that goes well for him, and that was extremely risky, but it works out for him because now this werewolf is going to have to do something awful to try to get to the ball carrier. If not, maybe that ghoul could possibly get up, but I think that ghoul is out of range after spending the 3 movement rounds to get back up and then possibly moving towards the ball carrier. And he's just going to go ahead and use the rerolls there. Just going to be 3 more turns left, 2 rerolls. There's the wizard by Ducke, and he's tired. He's done with it. He uses the wizard there, and often when you use a wizard, you have to have a follow-up. You have to have a follow-up, otherwise it would be a waste of a wizard. Ball lands at the touchdown area, and the werewolf could actually go and blitz through and maybe go and pick up that ball. So I think that might be the play right here for Ducke. That is a big one here. Ducke just using it right there and saying that I can get the ball back and I can prove the win right here. And this is almost putting everything right there, and that's a bit of a shocker right there. Earlier, Ducke almost didn't even care that the Skaven team was going to score it, but there he does care. Uses the lightning, death injury on another wrestled Line Rat. No more apothecary, so can't save him. He will use the frenzied, and he needs to get this one down, otherwise he's going to do a 3+ dodge. Oh boy, he's going to have to do a 3+ dodge now. 3+ dodge, gets away, and it was also a 1 in 9 chance of failing because he got dodge on his side, but now he's got the rock, and the Skaven team now needs to get another hit on him. He will get the hit, but the ball will likely get scattered out of bounds, likely. And gets a push. That's not enough here. And does get the defender down. Die sidestep. And that's going to be good enough. Ball lands out. Oh, right into the hands of the blitzer. Mulldripster's Rats comes away there. And the wizard was used. And that, my friends, is tremendous because that gave away too much. Mulldripster still got his own wizard, and if he can use it and turn around and go up 2-0, it could be a big one. 2 death injuries though, and he's definitely paying for it with blood, more than just blood, with lives of rats. But I suppose rats are dime a dozen, but these are leveled up rats, and this one will wrestle, this one also with wrestle and 30 players, so I mean, they're not slouches. They're not level 1 rats. They are level 3 rats and level 2 rats. But don't worry though, Skaven team does have a full complement on the bench, so he's still gonna have 11 on the pitch. But the Necromantic team has to survive, has to do without a wizard, and Mulldripster, he does have a wizard, so he could make the Necromantic team pay right here. If the Necromantic team kind of sticks his neck out a little bit too far, then Hazam Chop should be able to take him down, maybe. Boy, and that was extremely surprising. That lightning bolt was extremely surprising. I mean, I wouldn't say that if it wasn't Ducke. I mean, I feel like Ducke was like, okay, you can score it, and then at the last round, he was like, no, you will not score it. Boom. And a bit of a change of heart there. Boy. And I'm not going to call it a mistake, but it just seemed out of character. If he wanted to do that lightning bolt, he probably should have done it where his whites was actually in range after 2 go-for rolls, right? I mean, I don't know. Or maybe he stretched his white out as far as he could. I'm pretty sure he was in blitz range from before. Man. But Necromantic team does have a chance now at scoring it. on the position with the Skaven, but with Skaven with the Wizard in hand could actually stop this. Ooh, nice big KO. That will help out if he plans to try to make this touchdown, which I'm pretty sure he's going to try to do, and force the Wizard usage here, and then end the half just up the Skaven 1-0. That's not a big deal right there for the Skaven team to be up, but the Wizard usage would be a big one there. So the Necromantic team really needs to get to a position to pretty much force this Wizard usage. If not, then the second half might go very badly for Ducke's Necromantic team. I'm just so surprised at that lightning bolt. What do you say, guys? Holy crap! Look at the blitz though with Storm Vermin that did get saved by the Apo, and let's see, is that the one that got saved by the Apo? And I think it was the one that got saved by the Apo, but nonetheless, he is going to be able to take down that white that was poking out his head a little bit too far. He does get the stun, piling on. He's going to go ahead and pile on the madness, and it will produce a KO, and that's going to be great here. That's going to be one less guy that could possibly catch the ball, because he's got agility 3. Everybody else on the Necromantic team, besides the werewolves, does have the agility 2, except for also the ghouls as well. But still, I mean, that's one less guy that is the receiver going out. And with the times ticking down here, round 7 coming up for Ducke, he needs to have these guys that are going out for the fly to stay in. And regeneration fail after that big foul with the injury, working out for the Skaven team. He has no bribes, but it doesn't matter. He has somehow paid off the ref without actually paying him off. That's next level, guys. Absolutely next level. Necromantic team, though, he still has a shot. 2 more turns, so it's still loads of time. But with white gone, zombie gone, it's not going to be too much guys up there that can really support this push coming up. But it still could be possible. He's still got a couple more turns. He could be able to put these guys up there and have a real shot now. Should be able to move his ghoul up. He might actually think about going a little potato here. He might do it. And with no gutter runner in the backfield here, he might do it. No, let's go put some screen there on the left side and threaten the ball carrier and threaten the touchdown here on the left side. So that's gonna be great. No potato here. Potato. So just put the screen here, and we should see a blitz here on the werewolf, possibly. And after that, should be able to touch that ball carrier, get 1 gutter runner, 2 gutter runners in there, and he should be okay. Here comes the blitz, and he's gonna come around, and it's gonna be a dauntless blitz there after the go for it rolls, and he gets the push into a defender down dive, putting it on the loose, and gets the die roll he needed. Only a 50% chance after a reroll to get there. Well, actually, he's got the wrestle, so the bolt down die would have been okay too, but he got the defender down, and to boot, a stun on the die. He's got the rock as well. That's good-ish. That will mean that the Necromantic team will have to blitz the ball carrier right there to maybe even have a shot at getting to the ball. He's going to have to hope like crazy the scatter goes okay for the Necromantic team. Otherwise, this is going to be all but over. Here comes the blitz here. He does have a tackle ghoul right here, and he's only got 2 strength versus 3 strength. So with the reroll, he's going to get him down. Defender stumble. It's going to keep him in bounds. All he needs to do is now get the pickup roll. He did use the reroll, so this is a 3+ pickup without a reroll. Here it comes. Will it be it? And he fails the pickup roll. Oh man, Ducke, werewolf, all he needed was a 3+ rolls, a 2 on that pickup, and that ends it. Used the reroll on the 2-die block, but he had to, and oh boy, that's a dagger right there. Necromantic team quite possibly should have scored it there. And now the Skaven team, he still has the Wizard. It is going to be the Necromantic team's offensive possession now, but with the Wizard in hand for the Skaven team, 1-0. That might be good enough. There is a beer stand here. +1 to injury here to anybody against Surf. Rats are going to be getting an extra reroll, and that's great for the long run. If this thing does go into overtime somehow, then the Skaven team will have 4 rerolls for this half, and then possibly be able to bring that into overtime, and then maybe into sudden death kickoffs. Necromantic team, he needs to be careful though. With that wizard in hand by the Skaven team, he has to play very careful positioning. He needs to watch out, because if the Skaven team is able to follow up with that wizard, as I said before, you need to have a follow-up once you use that wizard. And if the Skaven team just even has a glimmer of hope, then you better believe that wizard's going to come out. And as I said here, ball security. You see this a lot at the higher levels of play. You need to have ball security for you guys out there. So if you guys are just kind of learning here, man, get ball security here, because if he flubs that pickup roll and it scatters, then at least you have somebody marking the ball already. But he does pick it up, no problem. He's got sure hands, only 1 in 9 chance of failing it, so not a big deal. He's still going to be putting a kind of loose screen around his ball carrier. Doesn't want to get fireballed. And defender's level, that's going to be good. No big hits yet, though. Mighty blow. I almost would have liked to see more injuries, but 3 injuries so far in the first half, so it's going well for the Necromantic team in terms of armor value breaks and injuries, but the Skaven team just absolutely got the Nuffle to come in when he needed it. That is precisely why we sacrifice goats, money, virgins, whatever you want to Nuffle before the match, because right there, Nuffle saved him. Skaven team now is going to play off here for the time being. Just wants to hold the Necromantic team to whatever he can at the moment. Take away the skills real quick. Take away the beer stand, little identification. That'll help out. Now the Skaven team is just going to play up a little bit and just play off for a little bit. Necromantic team is going to be content with this for a little bit. No need to rush as of yet. He gets the hit there, piling on with that hit as well. Not going to skip a beat there. And is that the one with Claw? Yes, it is. And so Claw, Mighty Blow, not working out so well for the Storm Vermin with the Mighty Blow. Trying to get that Flesh Golem out at almost every single turn, it feels like. But no problem. Flesh Golems, it's as if he's got armor value 9, even though he's getting clawed there. And he will get the blitz here on the left side. It's going to be a Mighty Blow with the tackle, but doesn't need the tackle. He'll get the hit in and push the piling on Mighty Blow Storm Vermin in a spot where he might actually get fouled there. So here we go. I think we might see the foul. Ghouls should be able to come over here, and then this other zombie to square up this right there, and then we should see a foul there. 30 player foul to boot. And we might see another guy come in there to give the assist. And zombie, okay, yeah, so the ghoul's going to take up the back right. But yeah, here comes the werewolf, and he's going to give the assist here on this foul coming up. And it's going to be a Storm Vermin after a nice little push combo to expose the Storm Vermin. And it is going to be a big injury, just perfect. And it's going to be a -1 in strength, basically a firing. And with no more APO, Skaven team's going to have to accept that. Whole bunch of big injuries for the Skaven team. Look at that, 2 death rolls and a -1 in strength. Absolute the worst ones you could possibly get on the injury table, and that's exactly what happens here. Skaven team is paying for it in big dividends. Somebody get him a financial advisor here, because man, he was paying too much to win this game. But at this point, taking out the old champion here, back-to-back champion, it might actually be worth it. And I'm pretty sure everybody else in the tournament is saying, "Go Mulldripster, take out Ducke." But Mulldripster himself is also a huge threat to win this tournament, so this is pretty much it. I almost feel like this is the championship match, but played in the first round. I mean, both of these teams just so good. But I'm glad that it's in this first round though, because we get to see both of these teams at their top form, because Skaven team probably would have lost a couple of guys along the way in the tournament. But this is still a big one here. Wizard still in hand, and the Skaven team went all out attack on this right side, so ceding a lot of space here for this Necromantic team. So Necromantic team's going to take all of it, I'm pretty sure. And well, I think ceding a little bit too much space there. It's going to get skulls there, but no problem. Lots of rerolls there, but still, holy crap. I mean, I think ceding a little too much space there. But that's okay. Necromantic team. He might not score it, but we'll see how Ducke feels. If he scores it there, then Skaven team still has a chance to come back. And quite honestly, with the 13 movement allowance, or 13 total movement allowance gutter runner, and the Skaven team having the bottom of the rounds, he still, even if the Necromantic team scores it at the end of the 16 for him, he still has a good shot at winning the match. And that's probably why Mulldripster here is going all out here to try to take out the Flesh Golem and the other guys here on the right side, because he's currently just not afraid of what's going to happen to him if the Necromantic team scores it. Hell, this Necromantic team could hold it for the eternity, and he still has the one turn touchdown threat sitting there on the bench waiting to come in. And what a great thing that the Skaven team has so many guys come in from the bench, because even with all of these injuries, it's still okay. He still has a full complement, and now at the end of the match here, it's still no problem. Still no problem for him. As long as it's not the gutter runners, I guess. Stormvermin though, he's out of there. Boy, that's a big one too. That's a big firing, if you ever see one. So here comes Necromantic team. How's he feeling? I mean, honestly, I think the Necromantic team, if he scores it early, that's not going to be an issue really, because if he allows it to go down to turn 16 and then scores it, then he has to worry about losing it at the end to the 10 movement out sprint sure feet gutter runner with 2 heads. So what's the choice at this point here? It's a really tough decision here, because if the Necromantic team scores it early, then he'll give the Skaven team a few turns to score it, and that's always going to be bad, because he can definitely hold it and then score it at will. But at least you have a few turns to where you can maybe be able to catch up. Maybe Nuffle happens, maybe something opens it up for you. But here comes the Wizard, and it will be used, and it's going to be a good timing too. Skaven team should be able to follow this up real easy. Scatter was a really bad spot for the Necromantic team, and should be able to get a blitz on, and should be able to pick this up against the tackle zone of the werewolf, and we'll be able to push him out the way. He's going to leave a little space there. 3+ into another 3+ pickup, and he's got the sure hands gutter runner. I almost feel like he learned from the last season, in which he basically lost it due to a war dancer with the strip ball, and now he's got sure hands, and unfortunately going to fail that pickup roll after getting the 3+ dodge to a 3+ pickup, and not going to be able to get it up there. Boy, that kind of sucked there. What do you get for the pickup rolls here? Let's see here. 3+. Oh, he got back-to-back 2s on that pickup rolls. That's unfortunate. He got the 6 on that 3+ dodge though, so that's nice, but he failed the pickup roll, which was quite possibly the more key of the two. The Necromantic team has a bit of a shot now still. Wizard now is used, and so he's okay. He's okay with this. Ball is in a tough spot though for the Necromantic team, but not in a absolutely out of reach spot. Does have a zombie right there that can hit the Storm Vermin. He gets the assist that he needs. 1 die block, that doesn't go well, and it's going to produce a both down die. That's going to be good enough to keep that one away. So after this block here coming up, Defender stumbles. That's also going to be good enough right there because he doesn't have dodge. Gonna hit him into the ball. Ball's going to scatter in a terrible spot yet again. And that's going to be too bad. And this is going very badly now for the Necromantic team. Still, it's going to be marked up by 2 players. And actually used the blitz on the gutter runner there on the left side. Didn't even try to open up any spots here on the ball. And the ghoul is just going to jump in there, try to get to that ball. But unfortunately, it is not going to be the case here. And it almost feels like a different player here. But boy, I mean, why not? I feel like why not blitz the line right there and then hit him into the ball, get the scatter yet again. I mean, he had a chance here at this time. Here. Let's go back real quick. And as you can see here, after the all right. So as you can see here, he's got the ball is going to come here after this hit, and this is a terrible spot. And it's just going to be a line rat. So he could have used this ghoul to get the blitz. Sure, so it's going to be it's actually going to be a 2-die block even, so he could have actually hit him into the ball and maybe get a better scatter for him, but I think, I don't know, does dodge. This felt like a last moment, like, you know what, I want the ball, I'm going to go in here and then jump into 2 tackle zones for the dodge, so that's a 5+ dodge, and that's not what you want to do at this point, but I guess he had to because he needs to make this touchdown somehow. Actually, a 4+ dodge or a 4+ dodge? Oh, that was the one with +1 agility. Yeah. So it was a 4+ dodge in there because of +1 agility. But man, I mean, it almost seems like desperation when maybe he could have gotten that blitz off and got a better scatter right there. But maybe Ducke saw this and was like, you know what? I feel like the gutter runner is going to fail the pickup roll, and my ghoul is going to end up with the ball anyways. So there you go. Ducke, he reads minds. He's a force here. And he's got the ball, and he's got yet another chance to have redemption, and he's got a real shot at getting this touchdown. A real shot. Not a fake shot, guys, but a real one. And he's going to have to use a hit here after, oh boy. Oh man, he got he's out of rerolls now. After the flesh golem got a couple of skulls there on that block, but boy, that's okay because for a moment there, the Necromantic team was just gasping for air, and now he's okay, but he did not get the blocks that he needed. Skulls here. Skaven team, after getting a little bit nuffled himself, is now going to be able to maybe get the ball out himself yet again. Tackle, guard, both down, wrestle. Gutter runner gets the rock, but he's already moved, so he can't go anywhere. And that's going to be too bad. Blitz is going to be used on the werewolf, and we'll be able to get him down, but the defender down died. Crucial hit here because that does get him away from the ball yet again. Turn 15 coming up for the Necromantic team. Somehow, some way needs to score it, but is it over after that? It's definitely not, because the +1 movement allows sprint, sure feet, 2 heads madness is waiting to come in to win it at the last minute. It's like having a new pitcher coming in at the 7th inning. Save your ball, team. Oh my gosh, and here comes the hit here. Nice blitz, and the ball comes out. Werewolf ends up with it, but he has already moved already, and so he's got the rock now. He just needs to survive one blitz somehow, and he's right next to the strip ball and wrestle gutter runner, so it almost is like, well, there's 2 red die blocks, so be it. But man, this could be it. Gutter runner could be the salvation. Ghoul's gonna stand right there so that after the strip ball, or maybe even the hit, then at least he'll still maybe have a shot at getting the ball afterwards. Nice big foul on that gutter runner, but that's almost inconsequential at this point. Here comes something. This is gonna be for just about all of the marbles, I think. Skaven needs to stop this werewolf. I mean, he doesn't need to, but he probably wants to, right? I mean, when you still have that 13 moon rounds in your pocket, you're still okay, and it's down to the wire now. So we'll see. You kind of don't want to leave it up to Nuffle to where you have to make a whole bunch of dodges and all that. Rat number 14, he's gonna get stunned. Because the Dauntless, it's gonna be just a push. And the strip ball though, that's gonna be a good spot for the Necromantic team. Skaven team is absolutely screamed out of all of that, as you can see. And that was a really bad spot for the scatter to go, but a brilliant spot for the Necromantic team, and he should be able to turn this around and score it, barring Nuffle on this pickup roll coming up. So we might see overtime. Rat number 5 is going to go down with another big injury, no long-term effect this time. So with everything happening, we'll take that. Here comes the sure hands pickup, and he will walk it in for the score. Ducke lives again, 1-1, but it is not over yet. As I've said multiple times, here comes the relief pitcher. He's coming up to the mound. He's getting dressed up. He's got his new baseball glove. He's got his new shoes on. Just absolutely not sweating. No sweat on his brow. He's coming in. And you gotta believe he wants to win the game at the last bit here. Right there. Rat number 6. He's got no name. But you know what? We're just gonna call him the Pirate. We're just gonna call him the Pirate because he is gonna steal the booty. He's just gonna absolutely just take the booty away. And the Necromantic team he cannot stop this gutter runner. He can only hope to put all these guys back here and hope like crazy that Nuffle gives him something. The dodges are going to be coming here, and as you can see there, Ducke has placed himself in a way that he has to go to 2 tackle zones, but with 2 heads, that's just 1 tackle zone, so 3+ dodges all the way around with dodge. So here it goes. Doesn't even need to do the push. He might just do pushes, maybe just in case, but handoff, and here it goes. He's gonna run towards the go through 2+ dodge. Okay, it was 2+ dodges. Anyways, oh my gosh, and that is it. Got everything. Wins it at the last minute. Holy crap. This playoff game is awesome, says Arctic wins. You damn right. Mulldripster takes it away at the end with the Pirates taking down the booty at the end. 2+ dodges there at the end. Got everything. No ones. He actually did roll a 1 in there, but the dodge re-roll saved that. And that is it. So with that, or either that or he failed the go for roll and the sure feet saved him. So just an absolute huge game. 18 armor value breaks here for the Necromantic team, 16 for the Rats, but the Rats absolutely paid for in blood this victory. But anytime you go up against the back-to-back champion of Ducke, that is almost well worth it. Holy crap. No problem, Bromeister. I mean, it got all buggy on me, and the wizard switched to a bribe, and I was like, what the hell? So I had to just go ahead and redo this match, but it was well worth it because it really mattered whether or not Ducke had a wizard or a bribe in hand. 4 injuries was done. One of them was a -1 in strength, so Storm Vermin might as well just be fired for his troubles. MVP actually went to one of the dead line rats. So even though, as you can see there, SPP wise, he got was it 13 SPP? That MVP went to that dead rat, so essentially he only ended up with 8 for the game. Necromantic team on the SPP here is what, 16? Necromantic team looking pretty good. Loads of injuries as you see there, but Skaven team with such a deep bench was able to just have all the guys necessary to continue to play the defense. The Wizard, I'm not going to say that Wizard was a mistake, but it was definitely questionable at that point, because if you think about it here, if you go back to that moment, he had a guy in there. We're going to go back real quick to that moment where the Wizard was used from Ducke, and I mean, if anything, if you could point back to one moment, that right there was probably it. Let me go back here and take a look real quick at that. And as you see, I mean, if Ducke was going to use that Wizard, if he was going to think about using that Wizard, he probably should have used it the turn before. We're going to get to the 6th round. And here we go. That's the Wizard right there. But as you can see here, let's go back to this white. This white right there. He's in position. He can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 go-for rolls, and he's got the blitz. Sure, it would be a tough block. He doesn't have tackle, so he'd have to rely on a 2-die block with the defender down, but that's about 30% chance of happening, right? So that's not too bad. And he's got rerolls, so it's still not too bad. That blitz was okay-ish, but going ahead with this match, as you see, the Skaven team, he was unable to. He couldn't cover up the ball carrier. He's susceptible to a hit right here by this white. It would have been a 2-die block even. So there you go. And a Wizard could have been used right there, but the Wizard might have been too short. It would have been maybe 1 too short right there, but I mean, if anything, at least blitz with the white there, but instead he opts to go and blitz with the tackle on this gutter runner, which ended up being just defensive troubles and push. But I mean, right there he's saying, okay, go ahead and score it. He was okay with the score at that point. What changed between this turn 4 and the turn where he did use the Wizard? So we go back here, and as you see, the Skaven team gets the 1-die push, and luckily it didn't go wrong for the Skaven team, because had that gone wrong, then he would have absolutely used the reroll there. But it could have went back-to-back skulls, back-to-back both downs, right? I mean, there's all kinds of things that could have went wrong for him right there, and luckily he did get that and managed to put a lot more pressure on the Necromantic team. And at this point, I almost feel like just why not let him score it? But here, Wizard is going to be used, and the follow-up is not necessarily there. I mean, as you can see, the Werewolf, he's kind of a little bit out of position. Sure, you think about it, and yeah, he might have a 2-die frenzy block through, and he may be able to get him down, but these guys got blotched. He doesn't have tackle, so he wants to get it down this line rat instead. But as you see in the game, he didn't get him down. He had to do an awful risk to get there. He does manage to still get to the ball, but he was not able to do anything with it. He had to do a blitz with them, and unfortunately with that blitz, you can't do a pass or a handoff or anything like that. So you can't do anything with it, and the Skaven team was able to get the blitz off and was fortunate enough to get the ball back. Skaven team, the ball right here, okay, when you think about it even further, if the ball did get scattered out of bounds, then the throw-in would have originated from this point here. And so the ball, oh, there's depth injury here. The ball right there more than likely would have gotten thrown in this little area right here. Well, more like this. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like right around right here. It had a high chance of, a high chance of going out of bounds too, and then re-throwing back. But heck, it would have got thrown back right here, right? So again, it would have been right around this spot there, and he's got linemen there. He's got gutter runners in range. So the Skaven team's not too afraid of that, I think. I just feel like the Skaven team just go ahead and let him score. It was his possession half anyways. Keep the Wizard in hand, but the Wizard ends up not working out for him. And at that point, when the ball came back here, right there. Let's go back to here. He does pick up the ball after doing the blitz out, but lots of Skaven right there, and the Wizard didn't even produce a stun or anything, so he's actually able to use another gutter run to come in, get a 2-die block here, and hit the werewolf. He does do the defender down die, so he got him. Sidestep, and ball lands right in the hands of the man. But it's not a mistake though, because had that worked out, had the ball gotten thrown back, he would have had to use the gutter runners to go in there to get the assist in. So it wasn't all that bad, but you almost put the game right there, and it kind of was. So with that, guys, thanks for joining me so much for this game here. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Please hit that follow button if you haven't already. Follow along with me on Twitch. We have all the Cabal Vision Champions Cup matches right here, as well as on YouTube. I'll be sticking this game on my YouTube channel. So if you miss out on my live casts, on the fast replay, you can always check out the games, all the good matches, and check it out there. Hit that subscribe button and like my videos. And hopefully, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Oh, let's go ahead and update the brackets, why don't we? And as you can see from the brackets, if you guys haven't already, you can check out the webpage here, Rnd1.com CCCIV playoffs, and you can vote to see who you like to win in these matches. Let's go ahead and get this going. Rando W. Rats are going to get the win. Score is going to be 1 to 2. Submit. So there we go. One of my predictions going right. Woohoo! Love it. Anyways, we will see more matches coming up. And with that, guys, thanks for joining me. This is the VG Purist, and hopefully I will see you guys next time.